Now we're going to shift to 4-point perspective. Now this is the first time we're getting into curved line perspective. And a lot of people say, well, why would you need curved lines to show stuff? Because you can't get this stuff to go to a point down below and a point up above without getting into curved line. The only straight line is right down the middle, and then the rest of it, if you go off to the left, it starts to bulge to the one way, and if you go off to the right, it bulges out the other way, like a football. So that's the typical 4-point perspective. Now, the 3 sets of lines that we talked about of the cube, one set of lines actually is projecting to 2 points. Let's just imagine you're standing in the middle of a railroad track, and you look at the vanishing off in front of you, and then you turn around, the same 2 parallel lines vanish behind you too. And yet it gets really big where you're standing, it goes off to infinity in front of you, turn around, it vanishes behind you. That's what's happening here with these skyscrapers. Here's some examples of how you can use a scene where you want to see below your feet and above your head. See, the sun over on the left side is straight above your head, the point below is down below your feet, and then it's a typical 2-point perspective otherwise.
So this is an example of a 4-point perspective. 4-point is like the 3-point only doubled. It's like a mirror image of it up above for the grid. And then in order to use that and to have it look realistic, you get into curved line perspective. So the up and down lines all become a curved system of a grid that go from the very top to the very bottom. This is a scene when you want to be able to look way up above your head, but also be able to look way down below your feet at a scene. So this is, like I said, double 3-point, but including curved line perspective instead of all straight lines. Once again, the paper goes over the top of the grid. You can see the curved lines that go up and down. From the center, there's straight in the center, but they gradually, like a football kind of, curve outward as they go out to the vanishing points on the outside edge. When you're drawing this, like I said before, you're looking at buildings that you want to be able to be looking down at the buildings, but also be able to be looking up. Otherwise, it's a 2-point perspective, except for this set of lines that are running up and down. So any of the other lines work just like 2-point perspective, project to the left or to the right vanishing points. You have to really look a lot more at the grid than you do a lot of the others, because you have to know where that those vertical lines, where they would be looking through the grid. So it's quite important. Now this, you might say, if you were looking at it from the sphere standpoint again, that this would be 1/4 of a complete sphere, because you're going all the way to the above your head, below your feet, and 90 degrees of the horizon around you. The windows and doors also have to follow the same grid, projecting to their proper vanishing points. And in this case, of course, when you're going from the top below your feet to above your head, you have a lot of stretching that's going on. And you do have to switch to a curved line perspective if you're going to get that amount of visual space around you. All the little details help to get the buildings to look, more accurate. 4-point perspective is kind of interesting because there's different ways that you can think about 4-point perspective. This is one, but the next set we draw will also be another way to think of 4-point perspective. This gets you up and down a lot a visual space, and there's another system that wraps you around the complete horizon. You start from north to east to south to west and back to north. So you'll see that is another way to think about 4-point perspective. Once again, I'm color coding the different planes to help you realize what is happening. I think it's important to think about the subject matter you have and what type of perspective fits the type of subject matter that you're wanting to deal with. So I think that's something that has to go along with all of the lessons in perspective are the concepts that you want to play with and which perspective actually works with that the best. Just a little glimpse at that grid to make sure you're aware of where it all comes from. So that concludes the 4-point perspective.